We also have some breaking news right now from the Federal Reserve. Let's get to that with Steve Liesman.
Hey, Brian, thank you. Chicago Fed President Austin Goolsbee in an interview with the Milwaukee Business Journal saying that if the tariff air clears, we should proceed, we as in the Federal Reserve should proceed with cuts. And he's talking rather dovishly about the concern about tariff inflation. He's still concerned about it, still concerned about stagflation, but says we haven't seen it yet. So a little bit less concerned. Now, the importance of this, Brian, I think you know, he would be the third official to start talking about rate cuts again. That's after the market completely dismissed the possibility of it happening in July. But this morning, Michelle Bowman, following Governor Waller on Friday, saying that July should be back on the table if inflation's under control. What's happened to the probabilities, Brian, is you're about an 85%. That's up from 70% this morning. Chance of a rate cut in September and around the same for December, but only about 22, 23% for July. The market is not really buying the July story, even while Waller and Bowman, and to a limited extent, Goolsbee, are talking about the possibility of cuts being back on the table.
If the Supreme Court decides a case 6-3, 5-4, 9-0, whatever it is, Steve, each ruling counts the same. How does the Federal Reserve work? If every member but Jay Powell said, we want to cut, but Powell said, I don't want to, what happens?
Well, number one is you don't want dissents if you can avoid them. Number two is that a couple dissents are okay. Number three is you don't love the idea of the governors dissenting rather than the president's. But all that is fine. You're absolutely right. If it's, 12 votes? If it's 10-2, that's okay. If it's 9-3, that's okay too. And there should be a diversity of opinion. I don't think that Powell himself has ruled out rate cuts. I think Powell's just a little bit more worried about the downside or the potential inflation from tariffs. But look, the key is going to be this July inflation and also the July employment.
Yeah.
Easy, obvious downside on the employment, and you're going to have a rate cut. And if inflation doesn't show up, you're going to have a rate cut. So in the old ABA, remember there were 3 chances to make 2? Well, that's the story of a rate cut in July.
We shall see, and there was a big if there, too. They said if the tariff and trade situation works out, and that's, as we know, Steve, a big if, right? And we don't know we're in a pause right now, but if that pause rolls off and no deal is done, theoretically, this is a president who has shown that he is willing to put on a larger tariff. That would wipe out everything we just talked about.
One key, Brian, is that July 30th, and this is according to my high-level math, comes after July 9th.
That's accurate. So, I can confirm that is correct.
Thank you. Thank you. I think that's an important series of events in that we will know what the president and the Fed will know what the president's going to do with tariffs when it meets on July 30th, because the president will hopefully give us an idea of what he's going to do on July 9th. And that will be another factor. Remember when Powell was very, very clear, the reason he was being hawkish, he said these words, something like this: the tariffs were much higher than we expected. And that changed the Fed's calculus. What's happened since then? A bit of a step down. Bowman talking this morning, Brian, about the possibility of trade deals and the tariff situation not ending up as badly as expected. So that starts to enter the calculus. And if that's true, July 9th, when the Fed meets on July 30th, then that could help the idea of a rate cut. But I will point out, just before I got on here, I saw the percentage. It's 23% for July, so still a long shot in the mind of the market.
Well, we'll put another quarter in the Fed rate cut jar, as it were. Steve Liesman, thank you very much.